chance to read it. We provided 15 minutes to do your presentation. In the back, we have a timekeeper there, and she will hold up the 3, 2, 1 signal to let you know where you are.
Okay, great.
And the floor is yours.
Great. Thank you so much. I am Courtney Ross, the Chief Economic Development Officer at the Nashville Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm joined with a few of my colleagues who, if you have any questions, they may have specific answers to that. But Olivia Leo, Jordan Taylor Sloan, and Michelle Brown. Our CEO, Ralph Schultz, regrets that he's not able to be here. He's traveling, meeting with Brookings in D.C. right now, so he sends his regards. But again, we are here today on behalf of the Nashville Area Chamber. Our Partnership 2020 initiative, which has been in existence since 1990. Metro has been a partner in that initiative since 1990 at various levels. It is a public-private partnership at a 10-to-1 ratio, so it's 90% privately funded, 10% publicly funded. It is the regional economic development strategy, like I said, for the last, 29 years now. It is an initiative that aims to foster economic and community development and job creation activity in Davidson County through the recruitment of new employers to the city, supporting the expansion of existing companies and the retention of those businesses, and also serving small businesses and promoting Nashville as an ideal business location. We are offering these economic development and small business services through this appropriation. Our request is $350,000 in the budget this year, which will allow us to work towards that goal of developing and maintaining a diversified and prosperous economy for Nashville and for the region. The renewal of this contract would include, as it does in the current contract that we're in now, project management for all of the relocation and expansion projects for the Nashville region. We currently serve as an extension of the Mayor's Office of Economic Development with Matt Wilshire leading that, so we serve as an extension of his team. Through that, we also provide all of our research services and fill out all RFPs that come in on behalf of Davidson County for companies interested in relocating or expanding in Nashville. We also are engaged in marketing activities to fill the pipeline of companies looking to relocate or expand in Nashville. So we do various things on that I'll talk a little bit about. And then finally, the assistance and services through our small business activities, through our business studio and other programs specifically for Davidson County, which Jordan and Olivia work in that space. So some results, like I said, we've been partners since 1990 in this initiative at various levels. I'll just talk about the current contract, which we just finished our interim report to your office. But since July 1st of 2018, we've had 38 companies announce relocations and expansions in Davidson County, and this is 57% of all the announcements that have taken place in the region. We've responded to 44 RFPs for companies that have been interested in relocating or expanding here. These 38 companies will create 7,000 new jobs in Davidson County over the next 5 years and invest $350 million in capital investment in Davidson County. We've hosted 26 site location consultants in Nashville, which come in to learn more about Nashville so they can ultimately bring their companies in more jobs here. We've produced 8 business studio workshops, and 280 small businesses have participated so far this year. Since the beginning of Business Studio, we've had over 1,800 small businesses participate in that Business Studio programming, which really offers resources and assistance to small businesses as they try and grow their businesses. We've hosted a small and diverse business forum where over 600 small and minority-owned businesses have participated in the last 3 years. And we're in our second Leadership Connect cohort. Our cohorts have been groups of 10 small businesses that have been a part of learning all aspects of Nashville and all the different ways that they can get involved and how their businesses can grow and get more active in the community. Those we're really proud have been 80% made up of minority and women-owned businesses to date in the last 2 years. Expected outcomes for the next contract, should we be in the appropriation amount in the budget. We'll continue to have our full-time staff of 8 economic developers dedicated to the work of project managing and working on the marketing aspect for Davidson County with the mayor's office, and we align our goals with the mayor's office of economic and community development with their goals of equity and inclusion. We also have 3 full-time researchers, which will fill out the RFPs that come in. As we said, we've had 44 so far this year, so we expect to have another record amount next year. Our goal would be 50 relocations or expansions, as it is this year, with 1,000 jobs, at least new jobs announced. We'll continue to fill the pipeline with marketing activities, inbound, outbound events, promoting Nashville as an ideal business location, and continue to work with all the chambers in the Nashville area to work with these projects as we have with the last of the projects this year. Amazon and Alliance Bernstein, we've really reached out and talked and partnered with all of the chambers in Davidson County and universities to really partner on bringing those projects here. And then our small business services, in terms of expected outcomes, will provide opportunities for all Nashville small businesses to access information, attend our workshops, compete for the placement in these cohort opportunities like Leadership Connect, and then be connected with our strategic partners and other investors in Partnership 2020 to really leverage their businesses to help them succeed. And that, again, is 2 staff members that are here today. In closing, I just hope you see the incredible results that we've had in the partnership that we've had since 1990. We're thrilled to be considered again and look forward to working closely with the Mayor's Office, the Council, and then the Mayor's Office of Economic and Community Development for these goals. Any questions?
I have a question about some of the data that you presented.
Yeah.
Are all of those unduplicated counts that you went
Yes.
through?
In terms of jobs, yes.
For instance, you mentioned 1,800 small businesses. Is that?
So that's cumulative.
Right.
Yes.
That's a cumulative.
They could be repeating companies.
It could be like 500 companies and they've just come to 3 events, for example.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay.
That is true, yes. We count them each time they come to an event.
Okay.
Yes, and we promote to all of them. There's 42,000 small businesses in Davidson County.
Okay.
Correct.
Has Metro been your only public funder?
No. So we have got, so if it's $350,000 from Metro, another $100,000 comes from other county governments. It's a combined number that comes from other county governments within the Nashville region. Every other, and some of the government funds come from, or some of the county funds come from chambers, so they're not considered government. So of the government funds where other cities contribute, Tennessee Valley Authority, there's others that total up to $100,000. But we have a 100% participation rate of all of the other counties in some form. Some is private and some is public funding.
So has Metro's commitment always been $350,000?
It has varied. I think it started at $200,000 and it has been at $350,000. Michelle, you may know the answer to that. For the last, it was $375,000 3 years ago, and then it was reduced to $350,000, and we've requested that same amount for the last year. But it was at that $350,000 for quite some time. Then it had an uptick for $375,000 to include the small business programming, and then we requested $350,000 again this year. And I think I mentioned this in the beginning, but it's our goal is always to be 90% privately funded and 10% publicly funded. What it really signals with the government support of 10%, it really signals, and we're able to leverage that for private investment, but it shows the buy-in and the partnership that we have with public and private sector. And so it goes, and it's been a national model for us. And other cities have tried to replicate that.
You mentioned your priority for integrating equity and inclusion into your work.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about how you all are doing that?
Yep, so I mentioned some of the things on small business, some of our metrics that we have on economic development. And I know that Mayor's Office with Matt's team is really trying to put some goals around this and metrics around this. And we're doing the same, and we're really working together on those. I participated 2 years ago in a deep prosperity project, and what you were part of some of those meetings of really learning how economic development organizations start to set goals around economic inclusion or economic prosperity, and so we're continue to work with Brookings on some of that through that learning lab, and we'll start our next 5-year planning cycle for Partnership 2020 this summer, and that will be a topic of conversation as to what those goals are, but we'll work closely with what those goals of the mayor's office is as well.
I have a question.
Yeah.
And, I'm the one that's not from the mayor's office. You spent quite a bit of time talking about your partnerships
Yeah.
with the mayor's office. Do you see an opportunity to connect with any other metro departments and
Yes.
with any of their services and what they're doing and how you
Absolutely.
might be able to add value?
Absolutely. So one in particular, there's obviously a lot of development going on in Nashville with all the projects that are moving to town and the housing development and everything. So we've oftentimes have a lot of communication with the codes department and the permitting department on, how can we better connect the developers and the codes department in this. We obviously work closely with the council on many things, whether it's we have a service through our research department that's called My Sidewalk, I have to remember, My Sidewalk, where we've met with all the Metro Council members for the second year in a row. For the first year, we took tours of everybody's council district, and we were joined with many different departments from water, trying to remember who else was with us on those, Public Works. We all went on a downtown partnership bus to everybody's council district and kind of saw what issues they were maybe seeing and what land they have for us to promote to other county or to companies that are looking. So we did that last year, and then this year we're in the process of meeting with all of them to offer this research tool that they can use to talk to their constituents about recruiting retail into everybody's district and those kind of things. So we've partnered with other metro departments in these meetings, and we certainly always have questions as they come up for all the different departments. It just kind of depends on what's going on.
I'll speak for my department.
Yes.
Are you doing anything with our business assistance office and what we're doing with small and minority businesses?
Yes, we
We
are.
are. We had lunch with Javal 2 weeks ago, and so through our supplier diversity forum, which we call our small and diverse business forum, we do once a year. And Courtney mentioned that Javal and Rochelle Hernandez Lane have been involved with that since the beginning. We have just met a few weeks ago, and Jordan is newer on our team, so that we can sync up how we are promoting the work that the BAO is doing. We do that through our digital resource called Nashpreneurs. It's nashpreneurs.com. And so we have started to promote all of the trainings and the opportunities that they are hosting on that site as well. So they'll be listed on our website.
I was just wondering if you were engaged in the
Yeah.
new EBO. That was a pretty
Yes.
important project to the mayor.
Yes.
Yes.
Where you might be able to connect.
Yes.
Would you agree?
And we served on that committee as well, and we worked with that. And we've also had Michelle and Ashford and Ashley coming to our area advisory councils, alerting our members of the new change in procurement, as well as we're working with them to figure out ways to have educational opportunities to bring in new people into the procurement system.
So all the things that I mentioned relate to the contract for services, but we have so many other ways that we're involved from the chamber aspect with all the different departments in Metro.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Obviously, I had to speak up.
Of course. It's very important.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, I appreciate it.